everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Triple P&J. We are officially on episode 78.
Yep.
So, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell button to see when we post new content on YouTube. On the audio platforms, make sure you should follow the page.
You think after 78 this should be
right.
on it.
Follow the page.
Y'all know what the hell it is. It's
download the episode, all of that.
Yeah, watch the first 1 through 77 and you'll know what we're saying.
Right. So what's going on, Daniel?
It's Sunday.
I'm Curtis.
I'm Daniel, by the way.
For those people who don't know us and y'all are new to the channel.
Yeah, you hear our raggedy voices everywhere. So. No, it's been good. I'm so ready for this vacation. I think I told them about my vacation last time, but if y'all haven't known already, I'm about to go on vacation. Y'all know how that feels. Like you're a couple days right before you're about to be done.
And I'm coming off a vacation, so I've been on vacation for the last 5 days, so now I gotta go back to work. Yeah. Unfortunately. So we celebrated Daniel's 10-year class reunion.
This weekend. That was interesting, seeing some of my old classmates.
So how did it feel seeing some of them for the first time in 10 years, or how did it feel knowing that you've been out of school for 10 years?
Some of them, it honestly didn't feel like you skip a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like it was good. You know, some of them I seen around the area because they live locally, and you know, so I mean, we'll conversate, but you know how that go. But I mean, everything else, like people that I haven't seen in 10 years, a couple actually just, it was good. You know, I went out and we went to one of our local bars/clubs, and we ended up playing some beer pong together, and it was good. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time because I'm familiar with majority of your class because I mean we were only one grade apart, so it was good to see some of them. Some of them, like you said, I've seen here and there, or I've seen throughout the years. They've come back to town for certain things, but it was a good vibe celebrating class of 2013.
I ain't gonna lie, I had no intention on going. Like nobody hit me up. Like I didn't really get a rundown on I knew what's happening this year,
right?
But I didn't know like where to be, what time, like the date, none of that. Like I guess. When I started getting some information, I found out that it was like fairly unorganized. And
Facebook page and stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was expecting to hear something from my class president. I thought that he was going to put something together. The majority of the people that I was expecting to put it together weren't even there. So
yeah, I saw a bunch of them like in some of the photos that didn't come out that night that we went out. So I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to be involved in the after hour stuff, but
fine. The people that needed to be there.
That part. But yeah, your class was fun. Mine is next year, so hope ours is just as fun.
I'll be there, so we're gonna turn up for that one. But yeah, if y'all, I get it. You know, you're 10 years. Some of y'all don't want to fuck with some other people. Whatever, just go. To
be honest, I feel like
you only get one 10 year in your life. So.
I feel like after 10 years, all of the shit that was important to you, like beef-wise and stuff like that, in 10 years prior, I don't really think that shit even matters anymore. Like, ain't nobody coming to a 10-year class reunion thinking, oh, I'm about to beat this bitch up.
No.
I would hope
and
not.
If you are, like...
Stay home.
Some people trying to have a good time.
Right.
You can beef any other time, just not there.
You have no other time in the past 10 years to take care of that?
10 years. That's 365 days plus a couple of leap years times 10. Figure the math. That's the time you didn't do nothing about it. But, yeah, it was good. Can't complain. Went to the game. Our team blew the other team out on homecoming.
We fucked them up.
They had stopped. They stopped in barely in the middle of the third quarter because they was winning so bad. And they just stopped the game. And I was like, we just got here.
Right. I felt like we walked in.
Sat down, conversated a little bit.
So, I'm not going to lie to you. Every time I used to go to the games back in the day in high school, I didn't even care about the damn game. I used to just go to talk to people. And before you knew it, the game was over. Just like this time. I felt like we started seeing everybody when we walked in because we weren't at the earlier events. And then it just got lost in time, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, I was in band back in the day, so that was everything to me. Just the game, how the team was going, and just playing music. Like, it was a fun time in my life. So, like, graduating was sad a little bit because, you know, those times weren't going to come back. And now that you be, like, grown, you're looking at these kids on the field, like, damn, like, y'all look little.
Yeah. I feel like they get smaller and smaller each year. Yeah. Like, when we were in school...
Like, grown-ass adults.
Yeah, I felt like the people that was ahead of us, they looked grown as fuck. Mm-hmm. And then you slowly trickle down, and you start seeing these people look like they should be in elementary school.
Yeah. But shout out to y'all. Shout out to the ones that came, and, you know what I'm saying, we all kept it on a good note and had a good time. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to see if we can get some of them on the podcast. If they don't make it, it's cool. But just big shout out to y'all, class of 2013. Yeah, y'all some cool people. But.
All right. So, moving on from that, as you guys could tell by the title of the episode and by the thumbnail on YouTube, we're trying something different this week.
Yeah.
In the spirit of Halloween, since Halloween will be next week.
That's honestly my favorite. That's my favorite holiday of the year. I ain't gonna lie. Christmas is nice, Thanksgiving you eat, but Halloween it's just the most spirit.
Yeah, you just get to dress up as whoever you want to dress up as or whatever you want to dress up as, and somehow, somewhere, someplace there's a party.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm not gonna say it's my favorite holiday. I don't really have a favorite holiday anymore, but it would be up there with one of the favorites.
Yeah, I just feel like Christmas is nice. Like, you could decorate the house, warm and cozy. I think the best part about it is maybe like a gift exchange.
Yeah,
a party. That's always. But Halloween, like, you get to dress up. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't one of those fucking super religious, hating ass weirdos that just get mad because people celebrate Halloween. You know, you're celebrating the devil's whatever. Y'all doing too much. But anyways, I think it's just a fun time. You get
anything that we say on this channel is our opinion. Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, let's exonerate that. Yeah, I just think that it's a lot. It's just a lot of fun time just dressing up as whatever. You know, like.
I ain't gonna lie, we don't ever miss when it comes with the costumes.
No, Alex was dressed up. He sent me a video. He was dressed up as a saggy bundle of grapes. I said, bro, what the fuck is that? I thought it was an old ass Teletubby.
Not an old ass Teletubby.
Yeah, that man was like an old saggy bundle of grapes, and I was like, where do you get that shit from? Like, you wasn't on Amazon scrolling down and seeing it. Like, that's
he's
the
in a
one.
bigger area now, so they probably got costume stores and everything there.
That's right. Spirit of Halloween. I love that store. Still reminds me I need to put up a couple more things before we get turned up. But
yeah, because the annual Halloween
bash,
shindig,
hoedown,
bash, nightmare on the street is
Elm.
all of that. All that good stuff.
Shit. But yeah, so that kind of brings us in. We're going to do a little bit of some story time on some spooky notes. So hopefully you guys tuned in. Get your hot chocolate, some marshmallows. I don't know, whatever y'all like.
Candy corn.
Candy corn. I don't know about no candy corn. That's real special for. Get you a bag of candy and sit tight. You listen to us on the mic. Enjoy yourselves, because we're about to drop a couple some spooky shit. But I guess I can go ahead and go first. Yeah, so to kind of set the tone, this seems like they're somewhere in Europe area-ish, maybe Great Britain, UK. I don't know. They said mum, so when I hear that, that's somewhere in that general geographic area. So the story goes, when I was 13, my mom and dad invited.
Why is the dad name that different?
I don't know. Dad, mom. It's just the.
I always wondered that, but
I don't know.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Invited around some previous neighbors from the block of flats we lived in until I was, 5 years old. Anyways, I was sent to bed, but I could still hear everyone talking about this and that, so they were kind of just conversating until the woman neighbor said, "Hey, Digsy's mom. Did you remember when Digsy used to complain that there was somebody in his room? Well, there's a family that moved into the floor above who has a 3-year-old son. He is complaining of the exact same thing Digsy did. This creeped me out. I had no recollection of anything." So the next day, I asked my mom. Her reaction was, "You don't remember? Then she told me all about this weird stuff that used to happen, footsteps up and down the hall, shit going missing and stuff. She said the final thing to happen was when she was listening to a record one day and it started to slow down, that someone was holding a finger gently on the platter till it finally came to stop. My mom said she snapped at this point and started shouting, "Will you leave us the fuck alone?" As soon as she said this, the record went straight back to playing normal, and then we never experienced anything again. I never experienced anything like it since, and these days I'm quite skeptical of these stories, but I believe my mom. Strangest thing is how I found out about it from someone else 10 years later experiencing something similar. Like, you were a child, you were experiencing these paranormal activities, and you have no recollection of it as an older person, but when a neighbor 10 years later had a 3-year-old son, roughly around probably the age that he was experiencing the same thing, that I don't know, to me that is a little spooky.
Yeah, so
in the same
neighborhood,
the same building-ish, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna act like I don't believe in paranormal stuff. You know, I do believe in. I don't really call them ghosts. I believe in spirits. Mm-hmm. So, the house I used to live in, you know, not back in the day, but before I moved here. So there was like always ghosts in there. My dad used to tell us stuff all the time, and my mom. Like, every time my mom would stay over there, it's like the ghost would not let her sleep. Like, the ghost was like, "Why are you here?" pretty much. Like, it would be like knocking and stuff, and there was really nobody there, and then just strange stuff falling down that didn't happen until she was there. So, whoever spirit it was didn't want my mom there at the time. So, I don't know, but I've never actually witnessed anything like that. I have had dreams and stuff that could be considered spooky, but we'll talk about that after we read these other people's stories.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, I do have a somewhat of a couple of encounters, but it was on the military installation that's local to us, and apparently, from what people rumor, is that some of the area is built on like Indian burial ground.
Oh.
So things do happen, and I've heard several stories from several different people in several different time frames. So it's like, how am I not going to believe something didn't happen?
Something's true about it.
Yeah. So one night I was sleeping and I was upstairs and I heard something moving around downstairs. Mind you, it was like the middle of buttfuck night, and I'm pretty sure everybody was asleep. And my little scary ass decided to kind of poke my head down the stairs to investigate. And we had these like wind chimes hanging in the corner, and like,
I hate those.
Man,
I can't stand them.
They were like, it was the wooden ones though, not the metal ones, and it started to like move. And I was like, bro, the damn air ain't even on.
Right.
So I ran my ass back up the few steps that I climbed down just to see what was going on, and I've never looked again? Never looked again, but that's one of the few times I could account for.
Yeah, like I said, I've never really had any in person like that. I feel like we've all heard strange noises and stuff around the house. I've just never went to investigate it. Like I said, I do believe in spirits and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you're here, just leave me alone. So... yeah,
just hang out. There's food in the kitchen, and...
yeah, do what you gotta do. There's a shower in there if you need it.
Yeah, just don't be a stank ghost. Tired of that. You got stank people in
We're not even getting on them today. So we're gonna let them live.
Ooh,
but I don't know. The only like stuff I've had like that happen is like in dreams, and you wake up feeling like the dream is real, like somebody's chasing me, or my heart's beating real fast after I'm being chased.
Get under the covers and just like.
Yeah, were you one of the kids that thought that stuff was under the bed?
Not really, because I never really had too much of it under my bed. Mm-hmm. There's always been shit underneath it. Okay. So, bitch, if you making it down there, then okay.
But, like, yeah, have you ever seen the movie Don't Look Under the Bed? on Disney Channel. You should log on to Disney Plus and look at and watch it for this time of year. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, it used to scare the fuck out of me because it was called "Don't Look Under the Bed" because it was like the boogeyman and his people, his whole town. It was a whole town under the bed. They not really a town, but something like that. It was a whole place under the bed. They used to be trying to like get all these kids and shit like that. So that movie used to scare the fuck out of me. But now watching it as an adult, I'm just kind of like, this shit is corny as fuck. This shit is corny.
Yeah, I'm gonna break my child, and the day that happens, I'm gonna be like, you know what? You need some character.
Right.
This is how I'm about to build it.
Right. Yeah. But I was always into those type of movies, like stuff that would scare me, like all of the not really Halloween movies, but like maybe I guess Nightmare on Elm Street. What's the other ones?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's not Halloween.
It's still spooky.
Okay, so what's the Michael Myers in them? All of those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those
was and all those.
Yeah, all those characters.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, them. Yeah. Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. They were like the same thing, but anyway. So.
Yeah, go ahead. So Curtis is finding his story.
So the first story I have, the person that wrote it is called The Ripe Banana 01. Okay. The name of the story is called Spooky Story I Have. I did pre-read this story, and this Ripe Banana does not know how to use punctuation.
I had to
every time there's a comma, I realized it was supposed to be a period. So just bear with me.
Okay.
All right. My spookiest story. When I was in 8th grade, I had a weird dream about a thin, fully black creature with no hands or feet. No hands or feet, just spikes. It did have eyes and a mouth and 3 long spikes for hair. Its eyes were big and glowing white. Its mouth was just really messed up, squarish teeth. The creature was stalking me through my neighborhood, and at some point I noticed it began lucid dreaming. That means controlling your actions.
Began lucid dreaming? Probably.
Yeah, she put it though. Where was I at? But I couldn't control the creature. So she can control herself, but she can't control the creature. I just went along my dream doing the typical flying around, because she flies in her dreams. Typical flying around, but it would just follow wherever I went. At some point, I landed at my front door, went inside my house, and locked it. I then turned around, and it was in my house just staring at me, but it was very close to me. I blinked, and all of a sudden, without grabbing me, it locked me in place, and I heard a high-pitched screech as it looked into my eyes. I couldn't move out of panic. I woke up, but didn't open my eyes. I noticed my foot off the side of the bed, and it was freezing. And in parentheses, she put that she didn't have a fan in her room. So it was freezing for a specific reason. I pulled my foot back under the covers and got the courage to open my eyes. Whenever I did, it was standing in the corner of my room just staring at me. I sat up in the bed and rubbed my eyes because I thought I was still dreaming. I wasn't. After about 3 minutes or so, it moved to my door and just stared at me once more. I could tell it wanted me to follow it, but I didn't. Then it just went through my door and it was gone. And before anyone asked, it was a brand new built house, no previous occupants. No, I don't have schizophrenia. And no, I wasn't in the middle of sleep paralysis because I could move and talk. But wanted to know what you guys thought and if anyone had a similar experience, same character I described.
No, but that character sounded creepy as fuck.
That sounded like a ghost. It was an elevated ghost.
I don't know. You was dealing with some kind of demon.
With spikes and square teeth.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That reminds me of that scary ass shit in those, what was those movies called? Fuck. I was just watching all of them. Like when they go to the other side It's like the other side. It was like a red door.
The
just came out.
The Chronicles of Narnia.
No, what?
The red door?
No, there's a.
Oh, that's the closet. Never mind. What red door?
Hold on, it's a scary movie with the red door. Hold on. Dang, I think of it.
That scary movie with the red door.
Insidious.
Oh.
The Insidious movies. Oh my god.
How many of those they have? Like 3?
5.
Oh.
Yeah. And I was just like, that's what it reminds me of, because like when they draw, it's just like they're just using black. And they're like drawing hard on it, and it's just like with the creatures like red eyes, but I'm seeing the white, and it's like this fucking creepy ass smile in the corner of the ceiling. Just fuck that.
That was on the movie?
That was on the movie. If y'all haven't watched it, go watch the 3rd or the 5th one.
You don't got to start with the first one?
Nope.
So they're not like tied together?
They are, but you don't have to.
That's kind of like the Scream movies. They're all tied to, or I Know What You Did Last Summer, all those type of movies. Yeah. They're all tied together, and you would want to watch it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Just to know what's going on.
Yeah, it makes more sense, but you don't have to. But yeah, so I guess I'll go into my second story, because that's some weird ass shit.
I don't know. I feel like she was lying, but you never know.
And I don't have schizophrenia.
She did say it was a dream, though, so.
It's the fact that you said you was up and breathing.
So this is real life, man. This is not a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she was still dreaming and didn't know.
Oof. It's like one of those dreams that you wake up from the dream and you think you're like awake, but you're not.
And it feels so real.
Yep. I woke up from like a dream in a dream, and then I woke up actually, and I was like, damn, I was still dreaming.
Yeah.
But it's one of those dreams that I wanted to dream of.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, but so another spooky story. All right, so the story is of a bartender, it was.
That's the person's name?
That's the person's name.
It was. Okay.
Yeah. So, as per the person, I was working as a bartender at a hotel that a flight attendant was murdered in room 354. At about a year before, what? Oh, okay. So yeah, that a flight attendant was murdered in room 354 about a year before the incident. What? That makes no sense. So this incident, I guess.
Yes.
However, it was close to closing time when the MOD, a very small woman, comes into the bar. When the MOD, a very small woman, comes into the bar and tells me she needed my help. It seems the first panel, or the fire panel, is showing an alarm in room 354, which had been somewhat clean and left vacant since the murder. So the two of us go into the elevator and start heading down a long L-shaped corridor. As I was rounding the corner, we can see papers had been shoved under the door from inside the room with "Help Me" written on them. So the manager puts in her master key in the lock and opens the door to a pitch black room. And we hear, "Thank God you have finally come." We both instinctively jumped back and then see one of our maintenance workers stroll out of the door. It seems maintenance had been using the room for storage, and once he went in, the inside of the doorknob was broken off on the inside. There was no lights or phone in the room, so he held his lighter up to the fire alarm. And that was pretty much it. They said, for the more information on the murder and killing, Google search Nancy Ludwig. So, Nancy Ludwig.
That was interesting.
Yeah. I was just like, when you're seeing paper shoved on the door, ain't nobody been in there for how long, and somebody got murdered,
and you're still there,
and shit says, "Help me," fuck no.
Oh, so that spirit stuck in there pretty much.
Right.
That sounds like a movie.
Yeah, that does sound very, very irritating. Oh my god, this shit is real.
That's a real murder?
Yeah, it was a real murder.
Oh. Damn, Nancy.
The murder of flight attendant Nancy Ludwig. February 17th, 1991 was like any other workday for Northwest Airlines. Now, I know who I ain't flying with. Flights attendant Nancy Ludwig. She arrived at Detroit Metro Airport in the evening after working a flight from Las Vegas. Along with other crew members, she took a shuttle from the airport to the Hilton Airport Inn in Romulus, Michigan. I've been there before.
You probably know Nancy.
Yeah, we was friends. Where they were staying in the night. A little after 9 p.m., Nancy took the elevator to the third floor and walked down a long hallway to her room, number 354. The next morning, a housekeeper passed by her room due to the Do Not Disturb sign hung on the door. Later that day, she had checked out, and the housekeeper opened the door and found Nancy lying dead on the carpet in a pool of blood. The television was tuned to CNN coverage of the Persian Gulf War. She had been raped before having her throat cut. I don't know if I should be saying all this. Unfortunately, police had little evidence to work with in the pre-DNA era. The perpetrator had removed everything from the room that could potentially identify him, including the trash bag. After reviewing the crime scene, police surmised the killer had followed Nancy to her room and forced his way into it after she unlocked the door. The case remains unsolved for more than a decade, greatly frustrating Nancy's family, who did their best to keep her case in the news and investigation active. However, in 2001, Jeffrey Wayne Gorton was arrested in 1986 rape and murder of Margaret Eby. Provost of University of Michigan Flint police were able to identify him through fingerprints left at the crime scene. Police were then able to use his DNA to link the two cases, and with a suspect in hand, police found additional evidence linking Gorton to Nancy's murder. Gorton was found guilty in both cases and received 40 to 80 years sentence as well as a life sentence.
That sounds like some Law and Order SVU shit.
And that's the guy. Doesn't he look like a damn murder rapist too?
Yes.
He's got that pedophile mustache and the BCG glasses.
That I don't ever get none look.
Yep. Yeah, he looked like he did it. That man guilty.
Damn. But there be shit like that happen all the time on TV, and you just never think that would happen in real life, and that shit really does happen in real life.
It just happens all the time, and I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, I've never had anybody around me know. Like,
yeah, or that went through that, or that's been... No, I haven't had anybody that's been murdered.
I knew somebody that was technically considered murdered with the whole, the truck and...
Oh, yeah. I knew someone, too.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yep. But that was that.
But, yeah,
that was room 354.
I do feel like when stuff like that happens, maybe the spirit is stuck in there. Like, maybe that is like a true story.
Yeah, I from what I've heard, that spirits are kept in the living world because of strong emotions and ties, or basically stuff like that could cause their soul not to be able to move on.
Yeah, and that spirit was murdered. So
yeah, raped and murdered.
Yeah, raped and murdered. So that's why it's stuck and asking for help. And that
it's the fact that the man was stuck in the room with no lights on. Why weren't the lights on?
He couldn't turn them on.
Why not?
Nancy wouldn't let him.
Oh, Nancy, he's scared too. Y'all can't be scared together.
He needs help too, Nancy.
Yeah, he had a lighter, thank God. I don't know if he was a smoker, but
probably.
What if he didn't?
Okay, so we're going to move on to the next story. The next story that I'm going to read, I don't know who it's by. I guess I cropped the name out. The story is called The Attic Lady. So that already sounds like some scary shit. It says, time to tell you about the third ghost I saw at my friend Kate's house. You should stop going to Kate's house. You shouldn't be there. The ghosts don't like you.
This is the third time?
The third time.
1 and 2. And you went back.
Yeah, they went back. Okay. Backstory. Kate's house was a big, old, semi-detached house consisting of a cellar made of 6 smallish rooms and a coal store. 3 large rooms.
Huh?
I guess that means stove. a coal stove, I guess. 3 large rooms, entrance hall, a porch, and a ground floor. 3 large bedrooms and an office on the first floor and a large bedroom. This sounds like a haunted house. And a box and a box room in the attic. The attics used to be where the servants slept in the days where middle class people could afford staff. With housekeeper/cook occupying the large room and the maid in the they got a maid, a cook.
It was a haunted mansion, to say the least. After all that you've explained, the house is big. We get it,
big as fuck. Okay, all the rooms except the kitchen and the box room had an unused boarded up fireplace. Kate's mom and dad were in their early 60s and slightly old-fashioned but very sweet. I was a regular guest at Kate's house when we were younger. On 2 occasions, there had been spooky happenings during my visit. On this 3rd occasion, I was about to leave. I went upstairs to say bye to Kate's mom, Pam. As I reached the door at the top of the stairs, I saw her coming down the attic stairs. And through her bedroom door, I followed her in to see her knelt down in front of the fireplace. I assumed she must have dropped something and was looking for it. So I went around the bed to help her look. I was about to get down on the floor when the bedroom door opened. I turned to see Pam coming into the room. Then I looked back to see nobody kneeling on the floor. I said bye and left. I didn't mention it to Kate or her family, but I did tell my dad on the way home. And that was it. Okay.
You seen the person that just walked in the door.
So you seen Kate's mom, Pam, kneeling at the fireplace because she came out of the attic. And you knelt down with her and I guess helped find whatever she was looking for. And then you see Pam coming in the damn door. Bitch, I'm getting out the room.
Because whatever you looking for ain't there.
I'll be like, Pam, that's you back there. What? This is you right here.
So I have questions for Pam because why is the ghost Pam?
I guess she thought that the ghost was Pam, but it wasn't Pam. Like, you don't know what Pam looks like?
From behind? Or to the side? Or just...
I mean, people's bodies be distinct sometimes, so you just kind of know what they look like.
Yeah, like you ain't never been at the house before and seen Pam mom.
I don't know. That's just weird.
That is definitely weird. I honestly would be very concerned. And I would have plenty of questions for Pam because...
I would have questions for Pam. I have questions for Kate. I probably would never go back to Kate's house. We'll have to talk on the street. I don't know.
Can you come in? Can you come out? Come outside. I don't know about going in there. If I see your mom and think I see your mom and then I don't see your mom.
Well, who is the lady? Who is the attic lady?
So was Kate familiar with that? Do you think Kate was familiar with it?
Kate probably was familiar with it. Normally when you live in a house like that, it's just normal to you at this point. Your guests are freaked out, but it's normal to you.
Y'all ain't gonna get the Ghostbusters involved?
The Ghostbusters don't really help anymore. I think that they're canceled.
Oh, they say they're canceled.
I think they're canceled. But we never know. We never know if that's real or not.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe they're the...
Have you ever wanted to be one of those?
A Ghostbuster?
Mm-hmm. I used to watch that show sometimes and was thinking, like, is this real? Like, I want to be in just one episode. I just want to be on one episode just to see, like, are these noises and shit really coming through?
Right, or, like, you know how they do, like, the recordings and they listen to the recordings and try to amplify the sound and then it's like...
Yeah, you hear people talking and stuff.
Leave. Wait. Play it again.
Then something jump out and get your ass.
Y'all know y'all edited that. Y'all put some auto-tunes in there.
Those were some interesting stories.
Yeah, they were.
I'm happy ain't no shit like that ever happened in my life. I don't know what the fuck I would do. I guess I would just go back to sleep. I'm like, okay, well, maybe you'll be going in the morning.
Yeah, just like the lady said on my story. Can you leave me the fuck alone? Damn. Like, shit, I ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, why are you haunting me? Like, do you know who I am? Nobody.
I moved into this house as an innocent bystander. I did not know that you got killed in here.
And if you want me to leave so bad, why? You don't want company? You don't like having company?
What am I disturbing, actually? What are you doing that I can't see?
That's probably what Jace be trying to jump on. Oh, you was trying to get on him. Got it. Okay.
That's why they be running around in a circle. They be playing. Okay, that makes sense now. There's ghosts in here too, I guess.
Other animals and shit.
So, do you have any other personal scary stories that you encountered?
Oof, man. As a kid, you would hear about the whole Bloody Mary thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't confirm this story because I'm not a first-hand witness by this, but I know somebody that I trust fairly well that explained the story that... So there was a youth center that we used to go to as a kid that was fairly old.
Mm-hmm.
It was fairly old.
On post?
Nah, yeah, it was on base. Actually, yeah, it was on base. But not here. It was on that state. And there's always stuff known for shit happening in the bathrooms. And mind you, these are like younger kids, and they all went in there and they did the thing. They said her name 3 times, and they turned the lights on, and the moment they turned the lights on, it flickered a lot, and then it popped off, and then they turned it on, and then there was blood all over the sink. And that was it.
Like, was it the blood stayed there? The blood stayed there?
I don't know. I was a child at the time when I heard that story, but
wow.
Yeah, it could have been fake, but definitely. It was just the fact that I was always hearing stuff, and then it happened to somebody close to me, and I was just like...
I did try I tried it
I
before.
don't have the nerve for that.
Well, I was very scared when I was doing it. That's probably why she didn't come, because I couldn't even say her name in full. And they say you gotta spin around and all of that.
Oh,
and
I can't.
I was
spinning around, and then
you turn in there and she's in there. No, she never popped up for me. Maybe I didn't do it right. Maybe I'm friends with Mary. I don't know. Bloody Mary.
Yeah, sometimes y'all be smoking her all the time.
Huh?
Mary, y'all.
Oh. the viewers.
Yeah. But nah, that was about it. I mean, I have probably a couple more, but I can't really think of them right now.
Yeah. But I'm happy we did this episode. It's different.
You don't have any other?
I don't really have any.
No. There's 2 other people I could have brought on here. They got ample of stories.
No, I don't have any stories like that. Like I said, all of my stuff was always dreams, and at this point in time, there's specific dreams I can remember, but then there's specific dreams like you don't want to remember, so I guess I kind of just iced that out. Yeah, so
I think that's like a trauma response.
Yeah, I was traumatized as fuck.
Well, okay, well that just, make me not want to remember, so I'm about to put that in the back of my head.
Yeah, but like you said, there is some dreams, even if it's not that kind of dream, there is some kind of dream that you actually want to happen. Like, there's been plenty of dreams where I've been boxing people, and those hits don't seem to connect like they do in real life. Like, it just seems like I can't really just get my hands on this person like I really want to. But, that's pretty much it. I don't really have any stories.
I can agree. Dreams be something interesting.
Yeah.
I do remember one time, this was back in my, younger days, when I was sweet and innocent, before I did anything. And there was, this girl that I really, really liked. And I never kissed a girl at that point in my life. So all I remember is that we were in a Ferris wheel and we were talking.
So sweet.
Yeah, and we were conversating, and then next thing you know, we started to kiss, or we were going to kiss. Yep, made it to first base. So yeah, I mean, and then in the dream when we kissed, it was like TV static. So my brain didn't have an experience to associate with the feeling, so it just felt like I got electrocuted in my mouth, and then I woke up.
Okay, well that was a good dream though.
Yeah, it was a great first kiss.
with the girl.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Yeah, I've had plenty of those type of dreams before, but we're not gonna even go there. But yeah, I like doing the little storytelling. It was get us in a little Halloween spirit because I can't wait to the next gathering. I am excited. I'm sure those that follow us on social media, you'll see some pictures from the group.
Absolutely.
But yeah, make sure you like, if you're new to the channel, again, you like the video, you subscribe to the channel on the audio platforms, you download the videos, and follow us on there and leave us a rating, leave us a comment, good or bad, whatever, we don't care. With that being said, we are probably going to take next week off.
Yeah. But thank you, though. Thank you for all our viewers for listening in on our spooky stories. Thank you for all our audio people for listening on our spooky stories. So bring the holidays in. But again, just like you said, we're probably going to take a break next week for the holiday.
And to recuperate and all of that. But we will definitely see you guys in November. And with that being said, we'll see you next time.
Peace.